Crude oil has delivered whiplash performance this year. It's all over the place. Is structurally higher oil the new normal, or are we just trapped in a highly volatile trend?
I don't think it's completely a highly volatile trend. Of course, everything's event-driven this year with the Iran war, obviously, and the back and forth with what's going on. I think actually last time I was on the show, things were getting better. So crude prices were starting to come down. Prices at the pump were starting to come down. And now obviously we're back in, an environment where it's going back up. Not quite the volatility we had in February when the war broke out, but it's certainly still there. And what we were saying last time was we thought, there's still risk to the upside. I mean, despite the seeming improvements and, looks like we're going to get a deal. And I think, frankly, the fact that the whole world, it needs this to happen. We need the Strait of Hormuz open. And it looked like that was happening. People were, the U.S. and the Iranians were making a deal, and now here we are again. So I think the risk, obviously the market has recognized that now, continues to be to the upside. Structurally, yes, there are things that have changed. Supply chains are different than they were just a little while ago, just 6 months ago. People have had to, countries have had to change where they're getting oil from and draw down their reserves and all kinds of things along those lines. The danger right now to the price is, of course, demand destruction. We've seen some of that. That may continue. That may hold the price down. I mean, that's essentially what has to happen now, especially one thing that was going on was, everybody was fretting when the strait was first closed, and it certainly had a negative effect on, our wallets. But, everybody managed to, find ways to, either tap those reserves or, Saudis were sending oil across the desert, putting it through the Red Sea. Well, now in the last few days, the Houthis have said, no, this time around, we're closing the Red Sea, and you've had ships turn around. So now we have both Strait of Hormuz and potentially the Red Sea effectively closed. And, this from a supply standpoint is worse. So the demand destruction is really the question, is how much does that come into play? How long does this last? But we think risk is still to the upside. And, until there really is, and, next time the market's not going to trust a deal either. There's going to have to be real effects, I think, before we see the price really coming down. So it's going to be an interesting couple of months as we move forward and see what happens.